an extra, an OVA, a 25th episode. What could all this be? I think I got an idea. Yeah. We're going to do another one. I know I said who knows what we're going to end up doing and the direction that we're going to go forward here. But I feel like this would make enough sense, considering itself as the 25th episode, considering it released in such close proximity to the end of the actual series itself. I think this would be a good ending point. Plus, the version of this that I have downloaded included this, so I just figure we might as well go ahead and watch it. I don't expect it to be anything crazy. I don't expect it to be any like in-depth mystery type of thing. I think it's just going to be fun times with our characters all reunited after the events of probably what happened. That would make the most sense to me, so it gives me something kind of laid back and enjoyable to watch here without having to overly think about anything, and I can just, you know, get another video out for anybody who's interested in seeing this, and it won't take me too long. So we're going to kind of go that route, and hopefully it's enjoyable. Plus, I just want to see our characters like in a happy state, because we haven't seen that in so long, especially all together. So this is a good opportunity for that. If there's anything that you want to see specifically for other series coming forward, let me know. We have a plan that's going to be starting soon, but it isn't technically the direct follow-up to this. It will be for Beyond the Boundary. So whatever we're going to do here, I don't actually have an idea yet. I have some thoughts, but nothing's really concrete. So if anybody has anything that they would like to leave, let me know. But if not, we'll just end up making a decision on something. If you like it all, like and subscribe. Then not to be, feel free to stick around for the discussion if there's really much to talk about. Leave any comments about this episode or this series. Let's get going though with episode 25, or the first and probably only OVA of Steins Gate. Buddy, you are looking rough.
まさかこんな未来が待っているとは。俺だ。機関の妨害工作に遭っている。何？これもすべてシュタインズゲートの選択だというのか。
Can't tell if he's just over exaggerating what's happening or if I should be taking this serious.
気づくべきだったのか。
I love the effect they have over this though.
ああ、わかった。生きていたらまた連絡する。
Okay.
L、プサイ、コンクル。
Before he was stranded in the middle of nowhere.
誰？なんだそのハワイアンなスタイルは。
Why did he say it
ハ
like?
ワイじゃなくて。
What is it then?
LA。
Oh, it's not, but alright. Did he come from there or is he going there?
開かれるライネットの大会に招
おう
待選手として参加することになったから一緒に来ないかって。
Okay.
このフォーインキョーマの力を連邦政府が
Yeah,
欲している。
for government reasons, security reasons. Oh, wow. What a translation.
クリスチャンオカリンに来てほしいみたいだよ。
What?
どれどれ
She even said it.
岡部は連れてこなくてもいいわよ。別に会いたいわけじゃないんだからね。ツンデレのテンポ。
Yep. That's her way of saying, please bring him.
アメリカだと一生帰ってくるな。
Please do not ever show up. Still can't talk.
チョコはよかった。
So the whole intro sequence is him running away from...
あれね。
Oh, she looks dope. Not him running away, but him just being like stranded somewhere probably.
What's the purpose? おふむ。本来なら隠しておかねばならないのだが。
Yeah, the most suspicious person when you're in an airport.
I am meditating.
No, let's not say that.
Chaos and invade. Not scientist.
Terrorist. Funny guy. Funny guy. Not so funny now, buddy, huh?
機関め。まず連邦政府と手を組んで入国を妨害した。
相変わらずね。岡で。オカリン？
Bro froze up
クリスチャ
instantly.
ンだよ。
No, he knows.
おお、誰かと思ったら実験大好きっ子の助手クリス
I
ティ
love how she
ーヌ。
has to say
って
that.
言うな。
まさかお前が運転して
なんか文句あるの？
ルカ子よ。
I value my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just left them. Got it.
何
タクシー代。
何それこのお茶
Let's go.
せっかく用意したホテルをどうしてキャンセルしたにゃ？
期間に潜伏先を知られるわけにはいかないのでな。
もし
So
か
where are you
して
gonna stay?
北米大陸の7人の王
Seven Kings of North
セ
America.
ブンズフィロソフィー。
ついに日米大決戦にゃ。
I love how they're always on the same level, you know?
いざという時は非容疑デスアトラクトにゃ。
Nice.
ついにあの奥義を習得したというのか。
He's always amazed by her too.
はるか8770キロ。我はここに宣言する。この肉体が滅び、バルハラへと魂が帰する。その時までラグナロックを戦い抜くと。
I hope we make it a constant thing where he just keeps saying things that he shouldn't. And they have to lock him up or question him.
岡部たちの宿泊先が見つかるまでだから
Wow, all part of your plan, I bet.
勝手に入れるな勝手に飲むな寝てるし
Hello, this is Juliewood.
どこかで見たような光景ね
Yeah,
やっぱりこれが
it
一番落
is.
ち着くね。
Just a new
どれだけ
setting.
ラボ好きなのよ
俺以外のものでも別の世界線の記憶を持つことがあるようだったのでな。
Mm.
心配しなくてもいいわ私が覚えているのはラジカンであんたに助けてもらってその後お礼を言おうと思って探していたら再会したそれだけ
Cool. I'm sure.
本当に
I'm
それ以外
sure.
は覚えていないのだな。
Yeah, I'm sure there's some things you remember.
当たり前でしょ
そうか。
It's a motel!
じゃあ
待て
Are you gonna drop
俺た
us
ちをこんな
off?
ところに置いてい
Yeah.
くつもりか。
Come
しょう
on.
がないでしょあんたの言う予算じゃモーテルく
Just
らい
let
し
him
か
stay
ない
with
の
you.
モーテルといえばアメーバ状の宇宙人が人間に乗り移ったり。ホッケーマスクをか
Okay, well, it was either that or the organization found you at your other place. You gotta make up your mind.
映画の中だけの話かもしれませんけど、
Even then, I can't help the feeling.
怖いです。
そうねまあ確かにマユリや漆原さんを一人で寝
All
かせ
right,
る
y'all come with me.
シーならオカリンと一緒でも平気なのです。
Mm.
小さい頃はオカリンの部屋で二人で寝たりしたから。
二人で
Yeah, about that.
何を
No,
想像しているのだ。小さい頃の話だと言っているだろうが。恥ずかしいやつめ。
うっさいとにかく男の人と一緒の部屋はダメだから漆原さんもう男かじゃあ仕方ない私もここに泊まるわ
What?
だから岡部と橋田私とまゆり
What sense does this make? Why? Or just put them in one room and take the others back with you?
岡部と
京馬さんとなら構いません。
だが男だ。
Remind yourself.
結局マキセ氏が一人部屋になったんしょ。
まあルカ子とマユリならば問題はないだろ
ゆり展開。はあは
う。妄想すな。
Settle
大
down,
体隣
buddy.
の部屋がユリ展開というのならこの部屋は黙れ。
あ。ねオカリン。
なんだ。
じゃんけんでどっちかが車で寝ることにしね。
聞きたいこともあるし
これはダイエットドクトルペッパー。
お土産に買って帰ったら
もしくは
茶化すなら出てって
I like what he
いつか
makes
もそん
jokes
なことを
though.
言われたか。
いつか
別の世界線での話だ。気にするな。
Not that you need to concern yourself with that.
別の世界線の話には懐疑的よでもあんたが言うように実際に経験していない夢は見る例えば
It definitely helps with
秋
convincing
葉原
them,
の
you
実
know?
況で泣いているあんたを励ましている夢
I wonder if she sees it from this perspective too. Like we saw. It's all directly from her eyes.
上がりであんたの白衣のほつれを直してあげている夢
All the key
やはり
moments, right?
記憶が断片的に残っているのだな。
じゃあ事実なの
それを事実というかどうかは非常に難しい問題だがな。
Happened at someplace, somewhere, but not technically.
同じものと言っていいかもしれん。
Yeah.
でも別の世界線では実際にもう
Yeah.
ああ、
一個変な夢を見るのよ
There's no way it happened, eh?
私と岡部が
Mm.
その
Yeah.
その、なんだ
Say it.
だから
Say the thing.
どうした？トイレにでも行きたくなったのか？
この変態
オカリンとクリスチャンは仲良しさんだね。
She's so sleepy. Let's go. But who cares?
あ、
Nice. Lovely.
お待たせしました。
待て、語尾のニャンニャンはどうした？
Yeah, come
な
on.
んでそんなことをこの
That's
私
your
が
job.
常習よ。お前は日本のメイド文化をアメリカに伝える伝道師なのだぞ。
誰もそんなものになった覚えもなければ希望した覚えもない。
どうやら昨日は眠れたようだな。
Mm.
何か気になっていたようだったが。
Yeah, just thought back to a great memory.
あれはちょっとした好奇心って
Curious about what
そんな
though?
ものもないけど。
だったら忘れるんだな。別の世界線のことを追いかけてもいいことはない。
Mm.
分かってるわよ。
That was an
全部
important
忘れるつ
thing.
もり。
I wouldn't forget it. I would just overwrite it with other things, you know? We're not gonna get our special treatment? Like, what is that? We're showing the time, so is there like some crazy thing that's gonna happen and we're gonna
お
revert?
待たせ。
鈴葉。
Wait, really? I did not even think that looked like her. But we're too early in the years. Doesn't make any sense.
ここにいる。あいつは最後に言っていた。
ありがとう。また会おうね。
Right.
7年後に。
ここに現れたということは、
What if it's just
この
not,
世
you
界線で
know?
もタイムマ
What
シ
if
ン
it's
が
just not, though?
もしかしたら第三次世界大戦も。
今聞いてきたら思い詰めた顔してタクシーに乗っていったみたいにゃ。
I stranded. It's almost like how we started things.
またいつものやつっしょ。
Yeah.
別人なんだな。
そうね。私はライネットの大会に出て、これからこっちに住んでる友達とラスベガスに行くだけだから。
Well, it's the same voice actress, I can tell you that, so...
ところまで追いかけてくるなんて、よっぽど大切な人。
Okay, now it looks like her. I think it was just the lighting of the sun that looked off.
そうだな。大切な仲間だ。
今はどこにいるかわからないの。
I mean, you're speaking Japanese too, if we're being fair, so...
私も占いで言われたの。7年後くらいに結婚して子供が生まれるって。お、何？
Oh. Oh. I see where you're coming from.
うんうん。楽しかった。じゃあね。
あ、
Nice. And this is how he got stranded. Alright, cool.
7年後。消えたところで。
And Tara still can't understand either, so... Maybe she's more put together.
残金67セント。
Oh
電池切
no.
れ。
どうやって戻るんだ。
狂気のマッドサイエンティスト。
おい、今日はだ。
It's alright, buddy. It's alright. Get on your feet. I know you got this. She comes for you again.
幻とは。
何を言っている。これは紛れもなくあんたの網膜を
I love how his first thought goes to hallucination.
やっと見つけた。
Cool.
つけに来るならガソリンの量くらい確認してから来い。
しょうがないでしょ。急いで出てきたんだから。
携帯はどうした？
But it makes her a cute scene. No. The sun setting in the middle of nowhere, sitting in the car. Like, this is great.
あんたに言われたくないわよ。
しょうがないだろう。昔の知り合いに似た人間を見つけて慌てて追いかけたんだ。
昔の知り合い？
ああ、
Turned out it wasn't, but it is, in a way, you know?
全 全部忘れるって。
そのことか。
そのことかって簡単に言わないでよ。私にとっては重要なことなのよ。
Is it?
重要？
だから。
Then make it happen in this line. Come on, brother.
もう一個変な夢を見るって、それがどうしても引っかかるっていう
It just replays over and
夢にして
over.
はリアリティがありすぎるっていうか。
事実だ。
Yeah, but
だから事実
I
だ。
hope they're on different
俺
pages
にとっ
here.
ては
だから何が。
別の世界線で俺はお前のことを好きだと言った。いや、俺はお前が好きだ。
Nice, dude.
お前はどうなのだ？
私と長い時間を過ごしたかもしれ
And
な
I
いけ
don't
ど、
remember any of the, I
私
haven't
にとって
experienced that,
別の
right?
世界線での
So there's like an unequal balance of a thing of how much she means versus he means. And she's being drip fed certain things through memories. Yeah, it's not easy. So let's not rush anything. But at the same time, let's get a move on.
っているんだ。そんな俺だからこそわかる。
I know
お
everything.
前と共にいた3週間。いや、
Many,
それよ
many
りもずっ
times.
とずっと長い
It's
時
like a
間。
year of my life.
お前と共にいた俺だからこそわかるんだ。
Mm-hmm.
どの世界線のどの時間どの場所にいようとも俺はお前が好きだった。
That's really cute.
改めて言う、マキセ・クリス、
I
俺はお
love
前が
it.
好き
I
だ。
love it.
お前はどうなんだ？今この時この瞬間。
What's going through your head? Speak on it. Just told you, it's kind of unfair. But you knew she gonna feel that way. I don't know if she's got it in herself to tell you. Oh, building up, beautiful moment, beautiful scene. Come on.
目を閉じろ。
Just how it went before, right? Nothing's new with it. Cool. I really enjoyed that. I think it provides a lot of nice closure almost to the main storyline, without having to, I guess, drag it out within the actual main series itself. It's typically like when certain series do like epilogues or like flash forwards of things at the end of the series. And I know of a lot of people who will like kind of get through and finish and they just like don't care enough for the things that actually happen afterwards. But then there's plenty who are really invested in like the world itself and all the characters and things and really want to know what actually happens afterwards with things. So they go ahead and of course really consume that content and want to read it. And a lot of authors will end up doing that. They'll create like one shots, they'll create like extended chapters and things that specifically focus on those types of things, just to kind of like flesh out their story a little bit more, flesh out like where these things have, the events of the actual story have led a lot of these characters. Well, this takes a little bit different of an approach because it's like direct aftermath almost of what happened. It provides a lot of context for things that maybe weren't answered within the actual main storyline itself, and also at the same time provides a lot of just like closure for us as viewers where we can understand where a lot of the members' heads are at and how the group itself and the dynamic and all that kind of ended up returning to its same form, but just how all the characters kind of handled the things that have happened, how Okabe handled himself and the whole situations that occurred afterwards, and where him and Kurisu's ultimate relationship have wound up in some sort of way. I think starting off like this, having him wander through, make you wonder how we got here. It's one of those situations. How did we end up in this situation? They make it look way more over dramatic and everything that it kind of is already. Coming in, and we explore basically where we're going to end up heading to end up seeing here. Some of the translations kind of wild here. Was not expecting them to go through that. They constantly flash the time. I'm assuming the time is only so you can like just have a understanding of where this fits within the timeline. It doesn't actually relate to us kind of looping or going back and traveling and doing any of that stuff. And it works particularly well to definitely assure you the situation that we're in when we ultimately end up meeting the girl who we believe was Suzuha at the time. It just all works out really, really well. We get to see Moeka and everybody kind of start coming together and getting ready to go on this journey that we're going to end up having, which I think is pretty cool. Kurisu has a badass shot right here. She has a lot of really cool shots of her throughout this. And then we begin our journey here, where of course our favorite delusional man starts talking in ways that he shouldn't, saying things that he shouldn't, gets everyone suspicious, and of course the airport comes and claims him. themselves and have to bring him into questioning, which, I mean, it tracks with everything about him and his character, Kurisu, ultra tsundere type thing. Also, I love at the beginning, earlier in it, when she texted them about like coming, and she was like, please don't bring him, he does not need to come. But like, you know, deep down she really wants him to come, but of course just can't end up bringing us to say that. I love being able to see Ferris here in this moment. Haven't seen her in forever. I do wish that we paid a little attention, I guess, to her, or maybe the situation that there was unfolding of the reasons why we were here, but instead we just kind of are here, I guess. And it makes for a good moment of just like having everybody together and being able to experience a lot of those things I talked about earlier, but it does feel like it isn't, I mean, maybe as focused as it kind of could have been. Not that it really needs to, because it is kind of like branching off as its own episode, so it doesn't have to actually like follow a direct plot or anything. But I do wish that we did, because Ferris was so like useful in the story for so long until like episode like 17 or 18, and then we just didn't see her for like 7 or 8 episodes, and then again barely having a moment. But having this cute moment, I think, between the two of them is also really, really good. Kurisu has a place that is absolutely huge, for whatever reason doesn't let anybody end up staying there later on. I love this being like the exact same scene of things that we've seen before, but it's just in a different environment, and I think that that's wonderful. We start talking about the stuff that has happened afterwards with the world lines and everything, of course, and then she brings us to our place that we're going to stay for the night. This is really funny, of just like her trying to decide where people are going to stay. She doesn't feel comfortable leaving him alone or letting him stay with any of the girls or anything, so of course she has to like work things out and figure out whatever process is going to end up working here. Fun little conversation between them. I like this moment of just like when we panned to him after like she said something, and then just like allowed it to like really sit for like 10 or 15 seconds, and nobody really said or did anything, and we just like sat there and observed what was going on before we ended up having this conversation that we get here, where she talks about not believing in the lines, not believing in all these things that are happening, but at the same time kind of believing, like, because of course she's seeing all these visions and stuff, and then being so uncertain about how she wants to feel in those moments, which is pretty cool, because of course it's are things that have happened before. It's hard to just say this has happened or this has happened like in another world or whatever, because it's like it has, but as a result of things that have happened up to that point that don't actually exist technically or won't happen here at this time, so it doesn't technically really exist in a way, and it was only a result of the way that others approach certain situations and the circumstances that you were almost in. So it's a little weird, right? I love the transition of us hitting him and him getting knocked out to Mayuri waking up and being all sleepy and getting so excited like this too, which was just really, really cute. And I like that. Ended up seeing her in this outfit is fantastic. I wish that we ended up getting her to do the full experience for him, but we ended up not getting. A bit unfortunate, but they had a fun conversation there. We see this girl. This is in this moment because the hair looks like so like pinkish almost, right? That's why like I immediately don't end up noticing anything or a resemblance with Suzuha in any sort of way. So to me, I was a little bit shocked at that, but of course he sees her and he starts questioning, I'm not going to see you in 7 years. It's going to take like so long for any of this. Of course, who could this end up being? And then of course we find out different person, but she speaks Japanese clearly, so he can fully understand that. In this, we get to see different lighting and everything, so the hair color and stuff's different. Basically, reveal getting to be this is the mother of Suzuha, so the I guess we'll say wife. It doesn't actually have to be his wife, but of Daru, which is pretty cool for us to end up having this meeting in this moment and having that happen. I really think that's a great way to kind of reveal that, because it wasn't the most important thing to ever end up revealing, but having it in some sort of like fun little manner would make sense here for us to end up having, which I really, really like. And it's a fun relation and moment that we end up having. Leads us to this, where of course at the beginning, and he's stuck just running in this loop because he's never going to end up getting out of this, if we're being honest. He's never going to get back to where he needs to be. And at this moment, Kurisu, of course, pops up at the perfect time. It's a really cute moment, but it's a really fun, just like the sunset in the background. It's just a great designed like scene. It's a great area for them to be in and have this moment together, where she basically talks about the important things that she doesn't want to actually end up losing and apologizes for that situation that she said you can just forget all the memories and everything, of course. And then that's when he just kind of comes out and reassures her of the things that he said before in the previous lines, which I think is really, really cool, giving her that opportunity, even though they've spent so much time together, but she doesn't remember all that time together. So it's like an unfair balance almost coming from him. So putting these feelings and this pressure almost on somebody else that has technically not experienced that stuff at the same length that you have is almost a little unfair in the way that she's kind of calling it out. But she can recall how important all these memories and he is as a person to her, to the point that it makes her kind of being accepted of the situation. And of course, when he asks for a response back, she tells him to close his eyes. A similar situation that we had with the initial one that we ended up having. I thought that we were going to get interrupted again. Not, I say again, never ended up happening. I thought that we were going to get interrupted the first time throughout the actual series. So having it again here and the way that they were building the music up and it peaked at like a certain moment before it cut off for the intro to come back in, I really was like, oh shit, they're going to do it again. But they ended up not doing it, and then we end up there. Really fun moment. I mean, it's basically what I kind of wanted out of all of this. All the characters being back together, getting to see some moments, and then maybe talking and experiencing over some other stuff. It actually had like substance to it. It wasn't just like some random, like this is like some sort of fan servicey like type of episode thing, right? Like overly like sexual in any sort of way, or like just whatever a lot of times like OVAs tend to go out of their way and do. So makes me happy that I think the way that they ended up deciding to approach this, I do wish that we got a little bit more dynamic between a lot of the group, which I felt like a lot of the direct stuff that we got was between Kurusu and Okabe, which is still always great, of course, for everyone who loves the two of them. But as somebody who just like really enjoys the dynamic of everybody together and how they all work, having a little bit more of that, I think would have been really fun. But the overall enjoyable experience. I don't have too much more I want to talk about or say there. I'll reiterate, I guess, what I said during the initial ending of the series that I talked about last time. I have no intentions of watching Zero, I'll be honest, or ever getting like around to that movie. It's just, I feel like we're ending in a good spot that I don't like really desire to have to go out of my way and see more. And also at the same time, where the channel itself is at, for growth purposes and for just my own purpose of taking so long off and not remembering like all specific details and a whole bunch of things, and just kind of wanting like a fresh slate of like starting over some new things. And I think it's just kind of the correct approach to take almost is to no longer continue and then go elsewhere, whatever direction that we choose to. So whether I do plan to at some point go back and watch Zero, it might be on the channel, it might be on my own time. I do have intentions of doing that at some other time. It's just right now, it definitely is not the time, in my opinion, for me to go out of my way and do that. So if you got anything else that you want to see kind of come after this, let me know. I'm going to try and finish Beyond the Boundary next, and then hopefully after that point we can move forward as well, and we can go into something else that I do actually have planned to follow that up. So yeah, hopefully all of that can be good, and hopefully everyone's cool with that plan. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you liked it, I'll like and subscribe to me not to me. Feel free to check out the other videos on the channel, leave comments to this better series. I will be back, hopefully seeing you for another series at some other point, or just on anything else that I'm doing. Let me know, like I said, if there's anything you want to see. And yeah, you guys have a good one. Peace.